Well, it's his first time playing in Italy as a professional. He does have a 100% record in the country, though, because he played the 2006 European Amateur Championship in Italy. And yes, you guessed it, he won that.
Rory clearly in great form, and it will be about the driver, as we've already talked about. Have to put it in the fairway.
Yeah, just down the left side.
Just on a bit of a side slope, almost a little bit of an upslope as well, McIlroy. 197, not going to help him. Straight back into, I'd probably say, a club and a half a breeze.
Looked like he was trying to squeeze that one into that wind and just left it out to the right.
He just avoided the bunker.
And just coming out of the first cut, that makes it slightly more hard as a judge. Trying to pitch this pretty much all the way, McIlroy. Back into the breeze, as I mentioned. That is a factor today.
Well, that pitched it just about all the way, I think, Richard. Nearly went into the hole.
How about that?
Good par for McIlroy.
And bunkers left and right, so coming across this fairway, McIlroy, this is quite difficult.
Are you surprised by this club selection, Anthony?
A little, but there's a bunker in the middle. They need to get over that.
Oh, set. All right!
Just seems a lot of club up the right, Jay.
I thought so too. It's only about 230 over the bunker in the middle of the fairway. But Rory's learning this course for the first time, and that's why he's here, to get a feel for things.
So a big break, 91 into the breeze,
Yeah.
McIlroy.
Will he not move this way?
It's actually been quite unlucky.
They're okay because the best way into the back of the ball is this way. So sort of going
heavy
towards
grass.
like the bit of bunker we can see on the left side.
This is a hit and hope. Anything over this bunker.
Rory has a lot of strength and a lot of club head speed, but even from 91, can't get it on the green. We're going to see a lot of that this week.
Relatively simple for Rory. Looking to maybe pitch this a yard short. I think it will spin into the upslope. The rhythm of this.
Just got it above the slope, didn't quite. That ball went maybe 6 inches too far. It would have come right down next to the hole like Nikolai's.
It's hard to pick a line because he's on top, so he's got the tier to deal with coming down. And I don't think Molinari's putt really made much of a difference to him. But I think, to be honest with the lie, it was probably almost a 5 anyway. The fact that the crowd found it was a huge bonus. So this will feel like a birdie, I think, for McIlroy.
Rory hit that about where he wanted to. Looked like a good stroke. And it's a learning experience. These guys, they play the same venues week in and week out. They play a lot from memory.
Just got to be mindful, McIlroy. Go long with 3 woods. They're just trying to take a little bit off this, which, you know, left to right breeze isn't easy.
I said he hasn't had a birdie yet. Maybe an eagle might be the way to kickstart the round.
No one's eagled the 16th yet. No one better than the start than McIlroy. Certainly has a reasonable opportunity coming up.
I got this sort of inside a cup right. So it's quite a break early on. And sort of just drifting off the right all the way towards the hole. So magic moment to get under par.
Just a little bit less pace, and that would have gone in. It was a good effort, aggressive effort. The next one's not a gimme. And I say event because it's not a tournament, it's not a championship.
So, first birdie of the week for Rory McIlroy.
McIlroy also looking down the right. He's still got to hold it, Mo. It's pretty exposed, this part of the course, pretty high, almost highest point.
One left, one right.
This is much easier for McIlroy. Good lie, he could prefer it. Coming across the slope, just needs to pitch on top. And it will gently release down. Oh, didn't see that. Nice.
The club face wide open. I mean, that was a high tariff shot. Played well.
Doesn't do that very often anymore, Rory McIlroy, but one's gone there, including a golf ball.
Taking it on, McIlroy, looking straight over me, and I'm 20 yards right at the fairway.
Very good tee shot. Thinks it's in good position. He can't see that ball land.
Well, problems for Francesco Molinari and for Nicolai Højgaard, and 50 yards further up is Rory McIlroy. Ask him what the problem's all about. There's an eagle too, and there's the spark we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I really expected him to make the birdie putt at the previous hole. Takes putting out of play, holding his second shot. And that's not the first time that an approach shot has been in the hole. Of course, the one.
McIlroy amongst the 1-unders, just taking an iron here at the par 4 fifth hole. Only 376 yards today.
Yeah, bunkers down the right. So a lot of people playing for position.
Sorry.
It should be short of them.
It's 159. Just hesitating slightly. Difficult one, I think. Anywhere near this.
Beautiful tempo there. Just trying to take a little bit of the spin off it. Did a very nice job as well, Rory McIlroy. Just the 4 birdies today. This to make it 5.
It's quite sort of subtle around the green. You can see why they've picked it. There's no real defined slope to this. I had it early on, a little bit right to left, then maybe holding, but
Perfect, absolutely perfect from McIlroy. So an eagle at the 3rd, a birdie there at number 5, and McIlroy moves to within a couple of the lead.
nice flat stance. 167. McIlroy finishing in the least amount of shots possible, as far as I can see. He's playing great at the minute. Back against him, getting up and down here.
So much fun to watch when he's on full float.
This is a great chance. I've got this inside left. Very little in this. McIlroy up the hill, just a fraction. When he gets in this mood, you feel like he can birdie every hole. I'm hoping this is inside left, and it goes in.
That is, he started it outside and just barely made it. Once again, you had the perfect line. I'll tell you what, were you reading my putts?
Wind's actually changed now. It's more westerly. Southeaster this morning. This is now down out of the right for McIlroy.
No.
So that bunker's in play.
He's carried the trees, caught the tips of Lucas Herbert's ball.
Yeah, I think the difference between this 9 and the other 9, Jay, is he has found so many fairways, but he's missed one there.
Just a heavy lie. Just trying to hook this one round the lone tree in the distance. Mid 250, so really just trying to hit 150. Give himself a decent pitch to this 9th green, the par 5.
Yeah, wanted to hit it up the right side for a better angle. You can see, just tugged it a little bit, as you do out of that deep rough.
Just on a slight upslope. He's done a very good job, especially on The front nine, his back, taking a little off it, just like that. And Rory McIlroy.
What a round for McIlroy. Joins the lead at 4 under par. Never looked like being 4 under par through the first 10 holes. And that just goes to show the class of his game.
Rory, great stuff today. Slow start, but on the third hole you made the eagle. What were you thinking at that point during the turn?
Probably that I shouldn't have stayed up so late last night. Felt like I was still half asleep playing that front nine. But yeah, I think that eagle obviously ignited something and sort of kick-started my round a little bit, and I played some really good golf on the way in. But yeah, and it's, you know, I can't complain. I played the more difficult 9 well today, and I played the easier 9 not so well, so probably evened out. But yeah, just need to tidy up a few things going into the next few days. You got a 100% record here in Italy so far. I'm sure you're looking to keep that up as well. Generally speaking, what do you think the real defence of the golf course is? The rough. You know, if you get it going offline here, off the tee, it's very, very difficult. The rough is incredibly thick, and then there's sort of jungle outside of that rough as well if you get it way offline. So keeping it in the fairway is the big key, and then because there's so many undulations and different levels on the greens, it's trying to get the ball in the right place on the greens. And then because it was so windy today, they slowed the greens up a bit, which made it tricky to read them. The ball wasn't really breaking as much as it had been the last couple of days in practice, so just a few things to adjust to. But yeah, overall, if I can get the ball in the fairway the next 3 days, I should have a chance. And it's the first time that you get a real good look of the Ryder Cup venue, of course, next year. How do you think the setup can really suit the Europeans without giving us too much? Yeah, so I think if, stats-wise, you look at the American team, they're very good sort of from 150 in. So trying to set the golf course up that, it's a challenge to get your tee shots within that range. So, you'll see even this year compared to last year, some of the tee shots have been sort of brought in, the rough's been brought in on either side. You've got a lot of, you have bunkers that you can carry at 300 or 310, but then the angle that's created is very, very tight, and you're hitting it into a smaller window. So I think by forcing people to play more conservative off the tee, I think that helps the Europeans a little bit. So I think that's part of the strategy for next year. Absolutely. Well, appreciate your time and thank you. Enjoy tomorrow. Cheers. Thank you.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.